Howdy y'all, it's Nick, and today I want to show you my top 5 likes and 5 dislikes on my 2026 Tesla Model Y. So let's get right into it. Alright, so for the number one reason why I love my Model Y is the exterior styling. I really think Tesla hit it out of the park with this Juniper model. First came out in 2025, this is a 26 model, but I really think Tesla kept the same DNA that kept the Model Y as popular as it is, and just really made it more modern, more sleek looking, and definitely more sporty. And if we go ahead and look at the side profile here, the Model Y is a crossover, so what I really do like is that it looks more like a sedan rather than your typical SUV. And so it's definitely got that sleek design to it. And we head towards the back of the car, I really enjoy the look of this. With the rear light bar, say what you want, the trends are going these days with the light bar, but what Tesla has done with the rear applique and the diffuse light bar is what really makes this car stand out in my opinion. And that leads me to my number 2 reason why I love my Model Y is the light signature. So in my opinion, the number one thing that attracts me to a car is how it looks at night and what the lights actually look like. So let me give y'all a closer look at what the rear lights look like and the front ones also. And for my third reason, let me just go ahead and show y'all, it's going to be, you guessed it, the cargo space. So since this is the Model Y, you've got plenty of storage space back here. And you can see I've got some 2 boxes from EV Base. If you want to see what these are, go ahead and subscribe and watch for my latest video. But you've got a huge amount of space back here. As you can see, there's 2 deep pockets here that I keep cleaning supplies, a jump starter in there. And not only that, but under this cover here, you've got very deep space. As you can see, I could fit a whole entire Milwaukee shop vac along with some other tools. So much space that I need my own toolbox in there. But not only that, but under here, you can also get some shallow space here in the middle of your trunk, which is great for if you want to store an extra set of clothes or anything like that. But let me go ahead and hop into the front of the car and show y'all the space not only in the back, but also in your main cabin here. So here you can see, even though this is a minimalist design, they don't compromise on space, that is. So here in the center middle console, you've got a huge deep amount of space here. As you can see, I keep a lot of junk in there, but you can get these organizers and see, as you can see, I can fit all my tools I want in there. And not only that, but here in the center console, I've also got pretty deep space. This is just the top organizer there, but as you can see, I can keep my sunglasses, notepad and everything in there as well. So you got a huge amount of space. Not only that, there's also a glove box, which you'll have to go through the screen to open. This one is not so much space, but it's enough to keep your paperwork and maybe a microfiber towel, as I do in here. And of course, lastly, you've got the front. So let's go ahead and walk y'all to the front. And the front is what I really do enjoy. This is kind of the space where you don't really use it too often, but you got that space available to you. So right now I got my work tool bag and some floor mats I'm trying to sell on Marketplace. But either way, you can just leave in there, forget it, or you can use that as your additional cargo space. For my fourth reason why I love this Tesla Model Y is the driving dynamic. So I'm over here driving here. And to drive this Tesla, it is just so effortlessly smooth. You can say that about any EV. You can say that this is a golf cart, this is an iPad on wheels. Of course, it's going to drive smooth, but I promise y'all, you will not be able to tell until you get in this car and actually drive it. It is such a joy. It's so painless to drive, especially with the one pedal driving. If you don't know what that is, it's basically push on to go and let go to brake. It's just so easy to drive. And coming from a car guy, it does pain me a little bit to have a Tesla. Tesla's not really a car enthusiast car, but you know, just getting in here, everyone wants a car that's stupid simple to drive. You want to get in and go. And really that's what this car is. This is really the ultimate A to B car. This is the ultimate daily driver, commuter, whatever you call it. It is just so easy to drive. And the power is just instant. The torque is instant. When you want power, you want passing power. Like, let's say I want to go ahead and just step on it here. You've got the power you need. I just went from 45 to 65 in just a second. In terms of sporty feel, of cornering and everything, since this is the Model Y, it's a little taller than, say, the Model 3 or Model S. It's really good too. I don't find the body rolls too much, but you can definitely corner pretty fast in this car. And then driving on the back roads, I haven't tested that too much, but I have no doubt that this will perform quite well in those scenarios too. And which leads me to number 5. The number 5 reason why I love this car is FSD, full self-driving. There's no Tesla video without mentioning FSD, and it's how good it is. And let me tell y'all, it is life-changing. It is life-changing that a car can drive for you. I drive a lot for work, and well, I drive from Dallas to Houston pretty often, and driving 4.5 hours and having to go to the office and keep on working after a 4.5, 5 hour drive is really fatiguing on your mind. And well, when you have FSD, like my latest trip with this car to Houston, FSD the whole entire way, 200, 300 miles, there's no fatigue whatsoever. I can open a can of Coke in the car with 2 hands. I can snack on chips, my breakfast burrito from Buc-ee's, no problem, while the car drives for me. It is insane. And I promise y'all, I was skeptical at first when I was like, you know, is it really worth it? FSD, is it really worth getting a car just so that it can drive itself? And I would say, yeah. I mean, this is the main buying factor for many people, is that it can drive it yourself. I would love to show y'all turning on FSD right now, but unfortunately, my FSD subscription just expired today. So sadly, I can't show y'all. The subscription is $99 a month, which is the downside of FSD. And personally, I'm reserving FSD to save a little money, to only turn it on or activate it during road trips or extensive drives like that. But FSD is a real game changer for anyone that really has long commutes, because if you're working long shifts at work, the last thing you want to worry about is driving home at night or during rush hour on the freeway. You just turn on FSD, relax, enjoy your music in the car, This has got a great sound system. It didn't make this video, but the sound system is fantastic on this car. But overall, my fifth, definitely last but not least, is FSD. All right, so starting off with my dislikes, my number one biggest pet peeve with this car and any Tesla in general is that there's no park or sleep timeout feature. So if I got something in the rear or in the front passenger seat, either my backpack or say camera gear, I want to head over to my passenger side door outside and grab it out. Let me go ahead and show you what happens. So I go ahead and open the car door here, and I head over to the passenger side of the door. But you see what happens here shortly is that the car locks itself. It turns off. It goes to sleep. The AC turns off. Accessories turn off. You'll go ahead and have to unlock the door, open it up. AC starts again, accessories start up again. I go ahead and grab my stuff out. But either way, it's the same thing as if your computer goes to sleep while you get up and go to the bathroom or something. You're gonna have to restart the car, all the accessories. So number one biggest pet peeve with that car is that there's no timeout. You can't set a delay to turn off the car. That's just what happens, and you gotta deal with it. All right, so the second thing I dislike about this Model Y is the lack of physical controls, and specifically, there's no more gear shift to go into drive or reverse. There's nothing physical you can do besides the touch buttons up here. However, the main way you shift into gear is pushing on the brake pedal, and you'll get the options to swipe up or down for drive or reverse. So let's go ahead and just drive here, but to shift it into reverse and everything, you also need to use the touchscreen. So here, let's say we try to park here, and we go ahead and shift into reverse, and there we go. But that's just so funny to me that there's no physical lever to do it. And if you want to see how you can do it, up on the top here, these are your emergency gear shift. Just in case your touchscreen stops working, you can just tap up here, hit the brake first, and then you'll see the options above here. But however, the main way you need to do is do the touchscreen, which is just so funny to me. All right, so for my third dislike, you guys can probably already see it behind me, but it's going to be that rear visibility out the back window. Granted, this Tesla is really good in terms of visibility out the front. I mean, the car is made of almost entirely glass. So the only thing is that back glass, it might look big on the outside, but that sloping roof line really hinders your visibility out the back. And so here, if I show you what I can see out the rear view mirror, you can hardly see anything. And I promise you, if you got something low to the ground behind you, say a Corvette or God forbid a kid, you won't be able to see them. But luckily, you do have an extensive camera system, so you can see the back in full view. However, that back glass really hinders your sight, and just looking at it from here, you can hardly see anything out of. And for my fourth reason, I went ahead and moved myself over to the back seat. And what I really dislike here in the back seat is the emergency exits. So the main way you can get out of the car is through these these buttons here. So as you can see, I go ahead and push that, and we can open the back door like that. However, in the case of an emergency where the battery runs out, you can't get out electronically, you'll need to use the emergency exit pull handles. So where that is actually down here with this triangle. Is you have to lift up this cover, which I can't, I find it hard to pull, find a way to pull this. But from there, you can pull this yellow tab, pull it out, and you can open the rear door like that. However, is your rear passengers really going to know how to get out in an emergency? Do I have to give a pre-flight safety demonstration each time? I don't think so. So, well, there are fixes I can buy on Amazon that give a red pull handle so your passengers can know how to get out. But that's one thing I don't like from this Model Y. Now, to give y'all a reference on how to get out in the front seat, it's the same way you would have to push this button on top to get out. However, in the event of an emergency, the switch is very easily accessible up here. All you have to do is pull this lever up here, and you can get out just as easily. So, not sure why they couldn't implement that in the back seat as well, but that's just how it is, I guess. Now, for my fifth and final dislike, it's going to be getting out of the car. Now, I find it a little difficult to get out of the car sometimes, so if we go ahead and open up the driver door here, What makes it so difficult is that the door sills are pretty fat, and that's likely because of the battery design on how it's underneath the car. So as you can see, you're gonna have to avoid this door sill here, but not only that, but the bolstering here on the front seats are pretty aggressive. So to avoid putting extra wear on your bolsters here, I need to lift myself up to get out of the car, and it just makes it a little difficult to get in and out. Now, the front seats have its own problems, but the back seats, the problem occurs when you open the door. So here is in the first detent locking position. As you can see, there's not a lot of space here. So if I try to squeeze myself in, it gets a little tricky to get in and out because the space is not so big opening here. Now, the only other position you can open this in is in the full open position, and well, obviously if you're in the parking lot, that might not always be available to you, but you can clearly see the door sill here is pretty big. And not only that, but since you got some big saddlebags here in the back of your car, it really got a lot of space for you to avoid and for you to get out of. But at least here in the back seats, the bolstering is not as aggressive, so and the load floor is a little higher, or sorry, the seat position is a little higher, so you can slide out a lot easier. But that is my 5th dislike, is that you can't get out of the car that easily. All right, guys, so that covers my top 5 likes and top 5 dislikes on my 2026 Tesla Model Y. And if y'all enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking. I've got more content on the way for this car and another car coming up soon. And yeah, if y'all are curious about the other accessories on this car, including this retractable sunshade and that carbon fiber lip spoiler outside, check out my other videos on the channel. But otherwise, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day.